All right, so I'm going to show you guys how to basically get what you get from table A with your calculator so you don't have to use the table. Okay, so first we're going to go from z-scores to area. So if we have our z-score and we want to find the proportion of the area below it, we can do that on the calculator. Okay, so we're going to come and we're going to press second and then vars. Okay, and we're going to pull up this menu and we want to pick the normal CDF, so that's number 2. Okay, we're going to pick that one, and then it's going to have us type in our bounds. So your lower bound, it already will automatically put this in. If it doesn't, you can just do like negative 100,000. That'll be good enough. Ideally, you would do negative infinity, but we don't have an infinity button on the calculator. So then we're going to come down to our upper bound, and that's going to be your z-score. Okay, so let's say it was maybe 1.65. Okay, your mean and standard deviation should always be 0 and 1, so you can just leave those and then hit enter, and it'll paste it up here. Hit enter one more time, and it'll tell you this is the proportion of our data that's below that z-score of 1.65. Okay. Now you can also find the proportion that is above a z-score. So with our table A, we can only find to the left of a z-score. The calculator actually will tell us to the right as well. Now you can either do 1 minus that, or we can go back to our menu, CDF, okay, and this time we're going to make our lower bound 1.65, and then our upper bound we're going to make 100,000. Okay, so this is changing it so it's on the right side of the z-score. And then hit enter, and it will tell us the proportion of data there. Okay, so that's how you get the right side. And then your calculator can also do another thing for you. It can do between two z-scores. So let's say you want to find the proportion of data between negative 0.5 and 1.5 or something. You can do that as well. You go to the same place, number 2, okay, and your lower data or your lower bound, let's make that negative 0.5, and then our upper bound, you'll make your higher z-score, so maybe we're doing 1.5. So this is going to tell us the proportion of the data that's between negative 0.5 and 1.5. Okay, so we're going to hit enter. And so about 62% of our data is between those two z-scores. Okay, so that's how you can do that on the calculator. You can also go from area to z-score, so kind of going backwards. So to do that, it's very similar. You're going to press second, and we're going to go to the same place, click on vars. This time we're going to go down to number 3, inverse norm. Okay, we're going to click on that, and then we're going to say the area that we want to find that's below our z-score. So maybe we're looking for the z-score that maybe the 80% of the data is below. So you're going to type in your 0.8, and then our mean and standard deviation should still be 1. So we just hit enter. If you have a fancy calculator, it'll ask you this. You can just ignore that. Just hit paste and then enter. And this is the z-score that 80% of our data is to the left of. Okay, and so that's how you do that on the calculator.